Welcome back, students. Today we are going to study class 7 civics lesson number 3, how the state government works. Last year we discussed the fact that government works at 3 levels: local, state and national level. In this chapter we examine the work of the government at the state level. So we will start this chapter with introduction. India being the largest democracy in the world, the absence of a structure and proper rules and regulation for the administrators would create a chaos. The government in India is subdivided into central government and state government. In this chapter, we will learn about how the state government works. Next, we will take elections. An election is one of the most important practices of our democracy. India, being the world's largest democracy, has quite extravagant state elections. Election Commission of India administers and monitors the state election. It is a practice in which people assess the work done by their elected representatives, and according to that they vote. The government appears and works on 3 levels: local, state and central. Let's learn more about the state elections in this section. MLAs. Who is an MLA? It is very important to know about the MLAs. People vote to elect an MLA, members of Legislative Assembly. The MLAs all together form the government. MLAs are representative of the people. Each state has different areas or constituencies. In these constituencies, representatives from various parties stand for the position of MLA. People vote for their representative, and the MLA with highest votes represents the whole constituency. What is a constituency? Every state is divided into small areas called constituencies, which is a specified area covering one or more districts. Each such constituencies has an elected representative who is a member of the Legislative Assembly. It is not that all MLAs should belong to the same party. If representatives from the same party have won in many constituencies, then the party is considered to be the majority party, and the leader of the party becomes the chief minister or minister. In simple words, a party which has a large number of MLAs becomes the ruling party. How did some MLAs become ministers? The party which is elected in majority for the Legislative Assembly forms the government. As per constitutional provisions, the ruling party elects its leader, who is called the chief minister, as the head of the government. The chief minister, in consultation with the governor, constitutes a cabinet which includes members of his or her party as ministers. The MLAs who become ministers are allotted with a portfolio. Here the MLAs turned ministers become accountable for the entire state for that particular portfolio. Now, chief minister, after the state party with the majority choose their leader, who becomes the chief minister. The chief minister elects the minister for various departments. After all these processes, the government appoints the chief minister and other ministers. The chief minister and other ministers have separate offices to carry out their work. Next topic, we will take a debate in the Legislative Assembly. Under this topic, a legislative assembly is a common place where all the MLAs meet together and discuss various issues. Some MLAs are also appointed as ministers. Hence, they have a dual responsibility to work as a minister as well as an MLA. The Legislative Assembly is a impressive building. The Legislative Assembly discusses current issues. In the Legislative Assembly, the MLAs are given the freedom to tell their opinions, give suggestions to a problem, raise questions about the issue, and respond to a question raised. The minister has to answer them and ensure that the proper steps have been taken by the Legislative Assembly to clear the problem. It is the duty of the minister and other MLAs to cooperate and work to solve any problem that occurs and to run the government without any confusions. Next topic, we will take working of the government. Under this topic, the Legislative Assembly is not only place where opinions are expressed about the work of and action is demanded. You will find newspapers, TV channels, and other organizations regularly talking about the government. In a democracy, there are various ways through which people express their views and also take action. The Chief Minister is the head of the team of MLAs and ministers, and all of them together form the government. They form the executive, that is the government, people can express their opinions in any way. Legislative Assembly is not a platform just for the MLAs to express their opinions, but to put forward the demands of the people and also to remind the government of its work. There are various departments in a government like the Agriculture Department, Public Work Department, Transport Department, the Health Department, and the Education Department. The government has to answer the steps taken to solve any problem, and the government is responsible for answering the public. The government has the power to make new laws for improvement of public welfare like sanitation and health. Soon after the discussion in the assembly, there was a press conference organized by the health minister. Press conference, it is a conference where media representatives are invited and given details of actions, policies, and views of the government on any specific aspect. The media person are allowed to interact question on the issue and report it in media for the information of the public. Next topic we will take, that is the governor. The governor is the constitutional head of the state. He is appointed by the president of the country. He appoints the chief minister and other members of the council of ministers. He appoints the advocate general and other officers of the state. Every bill has to be approved by the government. He has the right to dissolve the legislature. Last topic of this lesson is a wallpaper project. A wallpaper is an interesting activity through which research can be done on particular topics of interest. So children, now we are going to conclude our lesson, that is how state government works. The municipal corporation must ensure they provide safe and clean toilets both privately and publicly. It is consequently the responsibility of the government to appoint health workers in every village. The parliament makes laws for the whole country. The main authorities are people who elect the member of legislative assembly. MLA's approvals are mandatory for work of the ministers. Thank you.